Welcome back everyone to the 4X Alchemist YouTube channel. This is episode 2 of my full game commentary for the Cravers, playing Endless Space 2. We're currently on turn 11, already assimilated a minor faction, already have our super intruder ship, and are in the process of taking our second one. We got a really good start. Not too shabby. We're going to be taking this, and we're going to immediately go down and fight the Riftborn, the scum. Alright, so this is in the middle of that. Let's move our ships. Ooh, and we found some pink Cravers. Where did we find pink Cravers? Here we found pink Cravers. Alright, so we're at turn 11, so we can pull our guys in. No way, don't care about you. Okay, and so what we're going to do is pull this guy away and go, hello, can you allow me to take this path? There we go. That was weird. I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that. Alright, declaring war on all minor civs, as always, just because it gives us free happiness. Okay, so between us and these other Cravers, there's this spot, which isn't bad. Not great, but it can get us some blue cat mold, which is infinitely better than dark shitter, which is what I'm going to call dark glitter from now on, because it's the literal worst, at least of luxury resources. Alright, this place is great for Riftborn, but kind of crap for me. Oh, and they threw up a colony here. Again, kind of crap for me, not bad for Riftborn. And then their starting spot is always good for Riftborn, but not great for anyone else. Yeah, so taking Riftborn early is really never that exciting, unfortunately. They don't really have that many good things. Their population can't breed and replicate, so you don't get more slaves. Really, they just generally kind of suck to be the first guys that you find. So we're going to do one turn of Locust, and then we're going to get that extra science from our public-private partnerships, and then we will continue on our merry way. Okay. So, things that I should talk about right now. Mostly, it's just that I lost a Craver here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on one second. So we're going to continue doing our preemptive bombing just to make sure that we get it. We didn't. Weird. But we'll definitely get it next turn. Okay, might as well just attack this thing while it's here. It's going to run away, but we still do half damage to it. Perfect. And we got a next set of locusts. Yeah, he's really not happy with us being over here. But that's okay. He's never happy with anyone. Oh, a little tidbit about curiosities. Ruins and signals have the highest chance of getting you things like extra population, weapon systems, support systems, those kinds of things. So always prioritize those two types of anomalies over all others when you're doing your scouting, because it gives the best chance of getting some sort of advantage in your early game. For example, right there, studied a rune and got this titanium enhancer, which is going to be really great as soon as we get our standard attack ships, which have an extra support module, and that's going to increase our projectile damage, which is what we're focusing on this game. Okay, so we got that. Let's set up this defensive perimeter here, as this guy is going to move into, did I say he has 1 movement speed? No. He's going to be moving into us, and we can just kill him there and get that taken care of. Alright, so we got our extra command points. Since we're going to be going to war early, since we have those Cravers right over there, let's get first food, then better weapons, then we'll probably get better ships after that, and then we'll get open up our system resources. The reason we're not rushing these for any reason is because even if we had them, we wouldn't be using them, because Dark Glitter is absolutely terrible, and I will never, ever, ever use it again after it lost me that game that I described in the last episode. So instead we're just going to hold off and wait. Huh. I didn't think you could scout those so early on. That's cool. Maybe the Riftborn can for some reason, because they have some sort of special scouting ability. No idea. But that's cool. It might... No, it's not on their thing. But we have a nice ocean planet here, which is going to give us some nice industry and science at the beginning of the game. So that's pretty great. We lost another population over here. He's going to be growing. They're just super angry, mostly because I conquered them relatively recently, and I haven't really done anything to help them yet. Okay, so these guys are all here, so let's merge them up. This is not even close to becoming a colony. We could actually save ourselves from having to get these colonies, because we really don't want them at this point. So we're just going to go here, set up a blockade, kill these outposts. This one's either growing very slowly or slowly dying. Yeah, it's actually growing okay. Riftborn don't need food to run their resources, and so they don't have supply ships come in. They just kind of build themselves up gradually, no matter what. Alright, so we've unlocked our Infinity Shield. That's awesome. So good. So our next choice is either to open the Endless Factory, or the Infinite Factory, using a drill, or through telekinesis. For telekinesis, you need a level 12 hero, which takes forever to get to, and you only get plus 30% manpower capacity on your systems. But if you decide to drill it open, it only costs 1,000 dust, and you get these amazing regeneration bonuses. Like, the biggest, best one is plus 20% health regeneration on fleets whenever you have a hero assigned to it, so that's basically every turn, all of the ships in your fleet heal for 20% of their health. And that synergizes fantastically well with our Endless Shield, or whatever that shield, the Eternal Shield, or whatever that thing was called, which grants all of your ships plus 30% health. So we're going to go with the drill. We're making at least decent money already, so we should have the 1,000 dust before long. Okay. Sorry, I keep clicking my lips. It's become a little bit of a nervous habit, since I'm not super comfortable doing this this whole presentation thing. I'm still early in it, still getting used to being in front of the camera, and what feels kind of like talking to myself for hours on end. So I hope you guys will forgive me for that. I'll try to make a conscious effort to stop doing it, because I know that it can be pretty annoying. Okay. So I'm guessing the Craver homeworld is over here, either right here or in a system adjacent to it. Maybe it's over here. Fortunately, it's not super close to us, so we can take out the Riftborn, build up a little bit, and then go over and make a strike at the Cravers. Cravers are always, I did it again, Cravers are always the biggest early game threats, simply because of all of the bonuses that they are given from being endless AIs are multiplied by 2.5 because of their Craver passives, or by 2 from their Slaver. So basically all of the bonuses that they get are further multiplied simply because they're Cravers. And is it fair? No. Is it really strong? Yes. And that's why they usually end up dominating the early game compared to the other AI races. Okay, so we're going to continue our assault, or we're going to begin our assault on these guys. The Riftborn, that's the word I'm looking for. Alright, so we set up a blockade. This should kill it in 2 turns. Not too bad at all. It will also give us a little bit of time to have more of our locusts catch up. So yeah, good all around. Let's get some more food for these guys so they'll grow nice and quickly. We'll be depleting our husk, which is fine. I don't know if there's a difference between an undepleted planet and a depleted planet for non-Craver races. I'm not sure if, like, you have 3 stages. You have healthy, or 4 stages: healthy, partially depleted, almost depleted, and then depleted. I don't know if those like scale or some sort of multipliers that are less than 1, less than or equal to 1 on the amount of FIDs that the planet itself produces. I'm not really sure. It's not really described anywhere, and I have looked. I know it used to be in Endless Space 1, once it got to, so almost depleted was 75%, and depleted was 50%. And I don't know if it's the same. I bet it is some sort of deterioration. At least it's somewhat worse, but I don't know the actual numbers. Alright, so we've got our first forced labor, but we're going to start transitioning him into a military general, because we're going to need him to fight the other Cravers. So that's going to be a pretty tough battle, because they're going to be pretty strong by the time I get over there. But hopefully I will be too. Alright, oh yes, Phoenix just finished, so let's get this this infrastructure going. Standard 4 point starting for all of our good colonies that have a temperate fertile. Always do Xeno-Industrial first, then get the science from private partners, then some cerebral reality for dust maintenance and more science, and then sustainable farms to start growing excessively, or extensively, not excessively. Okay, all of our ships have moved. I think that's going to be the end of the turn. Yeah, as I'm trying to post these episodes pretty much as soon as I finish them. So if there's anything you guys want me to talk about or address about the game, or what I'm thinking, or go into a little bit more detail about any of the decisions that I'm making, just let me know in the comments, and I will address it, hopefully in the next episode or 2, as soon as there is a convenient place to do so. Yeah, I've been learning a whole bunch from the community as I've been posting these guide videos. I learned several tricks and some tips from you guys, and I hope you're taking away some tips and tricks from me as well. I know I have become a better player since I started making the videos, and I hope you have as well. Alright, so we're going to be killing this settlement next turn. I think this one's going to become a settlement fairly soon. Hopefully we'll be able to get over here and stop it. And this is, I'm sure, really pissing off the Riftborn themselves. Okay, so we want better ships because we're going to need those to fight the words. We're going to need them to fight the Cravers, and then we can get the marketplace open. Ooh, we found now the pink. Oh yeah, so these are the other pink Cravers. So as I expected, this is where their thing is. We're just going to move past it. A trick is, so fleets can only attack you if you stop at the system that they are on. So this guy does not have a blockade going around the system. So if I were to click here, then I'm coming here, stopping at the system, and then leaving, and that gives him an opportunity to attack. If I approach the system and then just click on this passageway, you see I just bypass the system, and so long as he doesn't have a blockade around it, he never gets the opportunity to attack me. So I'll just move on through, and since there's no reason for me to stop, since there are no curiosities to explore, I'm just going to move on through, never give him the opportunity to attack me. Okay, so now we have finished with that. Let's head on over here. Probably should have disconnected my intruder so I would get here in time. We're going to do a nice outpost trick. This is actually going to give me a nice segue to describing this. If you arrive the turn an outpost becomes a colony, it starts with 0 manpower. So you can always click on outpost to see how long they have to be finished. So in this case you see it has 1 turn. And so you want to time your arrival so that it becomes a colony the turn you arrive, and then you can take it for pretty much free because it's going to have 0 manpower. So I'll be able to demonstrate that next turn. Okay, so we have more locusts. Let's get them down here, and we can end the turn and show you what I mean. So boom, it goes from an outpost to a colony. I'm going to arrive. It has 0 manpower. I am, yeah, so see they already have slicers. We're just going to retreat. Yep, not surprised there. Oh yeah, so we arrive. It has 0 manpower. We're just going to go ahead. Oh, we're not at war with them yet. We're going to first declare war. That's always the first step. And now we're going to invade. Now we're going to invade. You can see that they have 0 manpower. We can just do a simple guerrilla action. Oh, they can do a conscription with only 1 person? Wow, this place is going to be even more useless than I thought now, because we're not going to have the Riftborn. I'll probably just evacuate this place, because I'm not going to be able to use it for anything for a long time. And despite that arc, yeah, no, I'm probably just going to evacuate that system. It's going to be a long time until I can actually use it, and even then it's still not that great. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I was hoping to just take it over. I should have just done a preemptive bombing no matter what. Let's say yeah, so he saw me coming, brought out a slicer, threw up a blockade, and attacked me there. Okay. So the infinite factory has 2 people. Interesting. I've usually only seen it with 1. I wonder what type of people it has. Alright, so we're supposed to find those. Only has 18 people left. Let's fight. What the hell? How is it? really not pleased with how long this is taking. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, he had, what, like 90 people? Whatever, man, whatever. Okay. That is certainly surprising to me. Alright, but we got our efficient shielding, so we are going to create our fighting ships, which I call wasps. Continuing the bug theme. Alright, so we're going to get a simple movement speed. We're going to get our plating. We're definitely going to implement this amazing shield. You know, because look at that. It goes from 1861 all the way up to 2,500. That's the strength of this shield. So, you know, 700 hit points. Absolutely amazing. And since we're focusing physical damage, since we're going to be throwing our guy into here, we'll use that. So these guys are really strong at this stage of the game. They're going to be able to do quite a bit for us. Okay. He's kind of stuck here. These guys are being jerks. This is taking longer than I had hoped. Probably just have him meet down there. Okay, so let's just end the turn. And see what we can do. Round battle. Alright, if they survive again, I'm going to be very surprised. Okay, thank you. But we have... Oh my gosh. Okay, so that guy's dead. Nothing he can do. That's unfortunate. Oh, he survived. Look at that. Oh, so they picked... So this is a perfect example of what I was talking about at the end of stage 1. So these guys use missiles, so they can't do damage in short range. I picked a short range card, and so did he. So therefore, the lowest common denominator was short range, and even though he was massively outgunning me, we both started at short range because that's what we kind of agreed on. So he actually never fired any of his missiles, and I did damage to him, but never took any damage. So that's how I survived there. Basically, him being stupid. Which is fine. Yeah, I'm fine with him being stupid. Okay, so we have this place. It's crap. It only produces 10 food. Yeah. I don't think that this place is going to be any use, really, ever. But I guess we can try. Let's try building it. But it's draining 22 things from me. I just want to evacuate it as soon as possible, but I have to gain full control of it first. Okay, so let's just head down here. We'll give it a turn. Actually, this guy can kind of... Yeah, so we'll give it a turn because we want these guys to arrive at the same time as these guys. Yes, so anything else that we need to do? We should probably build our termites. And if you caught my early game, first 30 turn Craver video, you'll know this trick. And so what this is I'm creating what I call the Termite class, which is just an engine and 2 of these sieging modules. And these guys will cut through enemy defenses like butter and allow you to do really, really simple invasions, kind of like how we did on Nas, or how Nas was supposed to go, where you catch them with 0 manpower defenses and you just take them over really easily. So that's what I'm going to want next. Let's get 4 of them. and that's going to be good. That will allow us to do the things we need. Switch over our Cravers to our undepleted planet. Actually, let's do a short experiment real quick. So these guys give 4, 2, so it's actually going to be, since they produce 1 food naturally, it'll be 3, 2, 4, 1. So 3, 2, 4, 1, so it's half. Half of everything. We get the 2 because of the dust produced by, what is it called, by Super Tax Act. 1 science. Yeah, so depleted planets only produce half of their normal output. Good to know. So what the trick might have been is just leave this place with like 1 depletion point, and then they probably would have gotten plus 25%. Something I'll have to look at in the future, that taking them all the way to depleted might be more detrimental than I thought. So let's keep these guys over here. Oh, actually, it might be more, yeah, it's more advantageous to keep them at static, get that extra food, get growing even faster. Huh, okay, so that's unfortunate that I didn't know that before. But, you know, we're always learning. Always good to learn new things. Let's try. Oh, they closed my borders. So he really can't go anywhere. But, I mean, I guess anywhere is better than there. So let's just head up here. We might want to get... We might want to get baryonic shielding soon in order to start exploring these other constellations. So I'm pretty sure this just like dead ends over here, and that's going to be the end of our constellation. Because that will wrap about halfway around the donut. Sounds about right. Okay. Got a turn. He's arriving in 2 turns. We want this guy to also arrive in 2 turns. And I think that's at the end of the turn. As I said in my other video, Craver elections are the most boring things on the planet. You'll always get military if you want it, and you can't have an anarchy, and there's really no reason to ever change, unless you want to play a very different style than I do. And I mean, like, completely opposite. Oh, they're using a singularity on me. Those bastards. What's this guy? A shadow. That guy is a phantom. Wrong. Wait, how did he arrive already? Didn't it say he was getting there in 2 turns? Oh, 1 and then 2. Wow, they already recolonized this? Fucking bastards. Alright, I'll just put a stop to it again. If they want to retake that thing, that's fine. But I don't want these things colonized. They're so bad. They're going to be dragging on my money for forever. Yeah, I guess let's just scout with probes instead of with our ships. Alright, we got another thing here. So he's pretty much fully operational. Let's merge these and fight. Okay, so they are, yep, you can see again that these guys do all of their damage at short range, so engaging them at short range is going to be pretty dumb. And even though I don't have shields, staying back, actually I'll probably do revive and rebuild. Doing revive and rebuild just because I forgot to switch it out. Revive and rebuild is a terrible, terrible battle strategy, but I can keep everyone start at long range, so that they have to take damage in phase 1, take damage in phase 2, until they even get in range to phase 3 to even do damage to me. So, and by doing that, even though I don't get any actual advantages from the card itself, just the positioning lets me take advantage of the way that they built. So a significant advantage just from the way that they built. And now that reminded me, we're getting rid of Revive and Rebuild because it's absolutely terrible, and we're going to get lucky. I think that's a much better one. Okay. So we're going to blockade this, slow down its output, hopefully in times that I can take their system and get back in time. Okay, so we have some termites. They're done. They're on their way. Gonna take a while. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough manpower to really take this down any quicker. And they have so many guys that they would just do conscription after conscription after conscription, and we would run out of manpower before they ran out of population. So that's really our only option. Yeah, so we're just going to keep on trucking out some termites and get them over there as fast as possible. Yep, trucking them out there, getting them over as fast as possible. Kind of stalling out, not exactly where I want it to be, but I need to build up anyways before I go fight these Cravers. Because Cravers are pretty scary. They are very strong early game. Okay, so he's still not doing anything. We'll send out more probes. Yeah. I don't think there's anything better that I could be doing right now. So he got those guys, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's too bad. They had a good assimilation tech. That I wanted. Alright, let's keep fighting these guys. Once again, I'm guessing full damage at short. So, I thought we switched this out. I must have forgotten to click accept. Alright, but again, we're just going to stay at long range. Yeah. Stay at long range so that he can't do anything to us, really. And we would kill him before he would ever get close enough to us to do anything. Alright, we're getting baryonic shielding soon, and we're going to pop over to Tikal because we see that there are 2 places to explore. Okay. Next turn. Yeah, we're flying through these turns. These are half health guys, but they're still pretty strong. Yeah, so we ran a little bit past the 30-minute thing, but that's okay. I'll just do this initial stuff, and then I will close down for this episode. I think I'm going to want more food. So we're going to get more food, more people, and better guns. And that's the way we're going to do it. Okay, and with that, thanks everyone for tuning in to the 4X Alchemist YouTube channel, and I hope to see you guys for the next episode. Take it easy.